Thursday's edition of Entertainment Now is being brought to you by Spectrum Television, and I hope that you're ready to get fed with all of the news on social media from your entertainment scene, from music, drama, talk about it today. And right here on the show, we're bringing all of that to your screen and to your ears. Good afternoon. I hope you're having a great day so far. It's Thursday, and you know, it's one of those days where you get to reminisce on the good times that you've lived in this life, the childhood times, your childhood memories, your adolescent memories, you know, stage to stage and all of that, especially with the people that are most important to you. And I hope that you're reminiscing on good things and good things alone. My name is Vera Philip, and I am your host for today's Entertainment Now. And there's so many stories. Where do I even start from? Okay, so I'll give you a few out of the many stories that are actually trending at the moment. Let's start off with something really sad. Nollywood actress Evans Okoro, she is popularly known as Asaba actress, who got married earlier in the year in April of 2025. She actually, you know, went on a live on social media and talked about situations regarding her marriage, which got a lot of people concerned because how did we get here? I mean, she was one of the people whom got blessed, you know, got married amongst the few Nollywood actresses that got married this year. And she was always posting her husband, and it seemed like a really happy marriage. A lot of people were even tapping to this marriage. However, in a recent video that she made on social media, she accused her husband of a lot of things. One of it being that he is manipulative, one of it also being that he's planning to kill her if she leaves the marriage. She also mentioned that the husband is planning on kidnapping her. She called the husband a lot of things, jealous, you know, always interested in her money. Actually, according to her, the husband came into her life because he thought that she had money to spend. She said that because she made a video about a house that she built and posted it on social media, that the husband was angry and was asking why she's going to make a post on social media talking about a house she built by herself instead of giving credit to him. A lot of things were actually said, and she said that she was making the video regardless of the fact that people, her enemies, were going to laugh at her. She was doing the video because she wants to stay alive. She doesn't want to die tomorrow, and the big question will be, why didn't she speak up when she had the chance to speak up? So she had a few great things to say, or a few allegations against the husband, Chibuzo. She said that he came into her life, and you know, ever since they got married, that he hasn't actually touched her as a woman. You know, they haven't gone that far. They haven't had any marital commitment whatsoever. She also talked about how he did not actually pay her bride price. According to her, the bride price was forgotten when, you know, other things were being paid in a marriage. Some of them, she said it in Igbo, you know, and she was trying to explain the situation of things that happened. Rumor has it that the husband had got out of, you know, come out of prison in February before getting married to her in April. Therefore, the rush and the opportunity for him to have paid the bride price wasn't there. But she didn't mention that. She actually did say that the husband forgot to pay her bride price, and the family had called him to pay the bride price, you know, and this is a situation that she is in right now, and she's outrightly calling for help. According to her, still, she has registered the case in the police station. You know, this particular petition, she has put it down in the police station. However, her husband is capable of a lot of things, hence the reason she's doing this video, to be safe. Let's take a look at the video.
Something strong is happening to me, and if I don't come out to say it, I don't know where I will be tomorrow. I know a lot of people will laugh at me. I don't care. My life is more important to me. The shoe that I took home is not my size. Chibuzo Erikife is threatening me that if I leave him, he will buy me. I've written a petition about this, and he's in police station right now. Chibuzo Erikife is threatening my life. I don't want the marriage anymore. And also, I'm happier that no, oh yeah, chum, I'm not giving me fair. He said that to my face, and I've been living in fear since. His bride price is not on my head. The day they came to marry me, they forgot to pay my bride price, and my family called them last 2 weeks ago to come and pay my bride price. Tell him not to harm my family, not to harm me or my family. This marriage is not working. I have tried everything possible to make this marriage work. The shoe is very tight on my leg. I cannot fit in. And I told him that I want to leave. And he said that if I leave him, he will buy me. This guy married me thinking that I have money to spend. When he came into my life, I thought it was all love. And I saw the way it was going. I was building this house when you came into my life, and I will finish it. Please, if you know you love me, I'm not asking you for money. Don't give me, and don't ask me. Let me just finish and concentrate on my life. Manamba, ever since then, no hatred. He will not even touch me. He will not even touch me as a woman. And I've complained to his family about this. Hasimu Wendy, no ye change. This guy is strengthening my.
Welcome back. It's a really sad story, especially considering the fact that people always idealize marriage. Like when someone gets married, it feels like a good thing, and people forget that there is actually the bad sides that could turn up anytime when you marry somebody. It's very unfortunate to see this happen to Yvonne Okoro, because she's one of the people in the Nollywood scene that has been very true to herself when it comes to the things that are happening in her life, you know, the things that have gone on. Remember when she actually got married, she was like, if they told her she was going to get married, she wouldn't believe it, that she can't even believe she's married, you know, and stuff like that. She's one of those people that are kind of like real to themselves, you know. And seeing her going through this, especially from something she thought was love, she even said it in her words that she actually felt or thought that this was love, but unfortunately it's not love. It has turned out to be something more demonic. I really wish that the police would hasten up on the actions they are meant to take concerning the situation. She talked about how they went to Lagos for a job, and you know, she got a little money from an advertisement, and then, you know, after getting money from the advert, she wanted to like keep the money to herself, and the husband kept requesting for the money, and she said she wasn't going to give him that money. They planned to would have come back from Lagos together back to Asaba, but unfortunately he didn't come back with her, so she came back alone. And ever since then up until now, that she hasn't heard his voice on the phone, hasn't seen him, nothing, doesn't have any account of what he's doing, where he is, or you know, or what he's doing at the moment, which is quite kind of sad, because marriage is meant to be a partnership. So when you are in a space where you cannot really partner with your husband or your wife or your spouse, it is very draining. And I really hope that the police would do all their best to keep her safe, because we do not want to hear another story of, you know, medicine after death, you know, the whole story. But no, we are not even going that far. Nothing should happen to this woman. The fact that she has spoken up, even when a lot of people would laugh, even when a lot of people would make mockery of the situation, this is enough to show how dangerous the situation is at the moment, and how investigation should be done immediately, how she'd be pulled out of that marriage if she doesn't want to do it any longer. Moving on to our next story and talking about marriages and children. Diamond Platnumz is in the news again. This time around, he was actually in an interview where he had a few things to spill about his family, about his marriage, and about his kids. We're going to start off with his kids. So, of course, he has children from about 3 baby mamas. Zari Hassan is one of his baby mama. She's a Ugandan businesswoman. She's the mother of Tifa and Nilan. Then he has Hamiza Mobeto. That is a Tanzanian model. She has one child for him, Dalen. And then there's Tanasha Dona. She's Kenyan. I mean, Diamond Platnumz is depositing in the whole of African nation. What happened to Nigeria anyways? He has in Uganda, Tanzania, Kenya. Wow. Anyways, he had a few things to say during his interview. He was asked about, you know, how he copes with his children and being a father to all of them. And he made a very shocking revelation. And I'm sure that by now, Zari is going to be replying to that, to that comment. He did mention that he knows that not all the children that have been given to him are his children. However, he's openly taking care of them because he does not want to argue with the mother. Now, Diamond Platnumz is definitely TV worthy. He's always saying, I don't want to say the wrong things, but he knows how to create traffic with the kind of things he says from his mouth. But having to accuse the mother of your children that they could be lying about the paternity of their child, placing it on you just so you can take care of them, that is a very wild accusation, you know. And having 3 baby mamas and none of them have said anything at this point about it, I am sure that before we wake up in the morning, we're going to be getting statements all around, because it's an accusation making it look like your child, or the child that has been given to you by your baby mama, doesn't belong to you. If it doesn't belong to you, why don't you just run a DNA test? Why do you have to sit on camera and accuse them of something like that? Except maybe there is a conversation and they know, he knows, the baby mama knows that the child is not his. However, he still takes up responsibility for the child. Then it's perfect. But you see that whole action of sitting there and accusing your baby mamas of lying to you about the babies, he is definitely not going to be having this easy any moment from now. Let's take a look at the video.
Did you decide now is the time to get married?
I can say it just came like, can't say like I don't think if you plan those things, it just happen and you feel like, you know what, yeah, I need to do this. That's what happened.
Okay.
I feel like, and it was just like for me and from where I came from and from my religion, it doesn't it doesn't need you to complicate. It just took me, my wife, went to Sheikh and we got married.
Okay.
Then I called my mom and said, like, Mom, I'm married. Like, what? I said, yeah. So it was just that way.
She didn't get a heads up?
Like, I think there's a lot of things comes.
Okay.
Trust me.
I'm going to be watching.
You should.
I'm going to be watching
You'll
to
be
see.
happy. And from where I came from and from my religion, it doesn't need you to complicate. It just took me.
Still in this interview with Diamond Platinums, he had also mentioned that his mom was not aware he was getting married. That it was after the marriage that the mom knew that he was getting married. So it was kind of spontaneous to get married to Zuchu, who is actually his wife at the moment. And this also sparks the question that Diamond Platinums have respect for anybody, because why would you be getting married without your mother's consent, or at least your mother's knowledge that you're getting married? But maybe it was spontaneous, you know. I mean, this was immediately after his best friend Jima Jukes had just gotten married to Priscilla Ojo, so it could have been just, oh, my friend is getting married, so let me just get married as well, you know, throw it in there. After, what would Diamond do? What would Diamond Platinums do? As I always say, he is really TV material. The man knows how to cause controversies around himself, and having to, you know, say some of the things that he says. If you have actually seen him in Young, Famous and African, you definitely understand where I'm coming from. The man is problematic. You know, he is erased because he is who he is, or he is what he is, you understand? However, Diamond needs to be put in check with some of the statements that he makes, especially when it comes to his baby mamas, because I know Zari isn't going to be taking that so lightly. This has also sparked conversations, of course, on social media with the question if there is any of his baby mama that could be lying to him and he probably knows, or the baby mama even knows, you know, and stuff like that. So there's an accusation somewhere that shouldn't be. And so we'll see how that plays out. And talking about marriages, Davido and his wife Choma Adeleke will be getting married this weekend in Miami. Their white wedding. See, there's been a lot of wedding. In 2020, there was a wedding. You get me? There was a wedding. There was a marriage in 2020 after the loss of their child, unfortunately, of their Ifeanyi. There was a marriage in 2020. There was a marriage in 2024, May of 2024, and now we're about to have a white wedding with David Adeleke and Chioma Adeleke. So there is a video of them jetting off to Miami for their wedding this weekend. A lot of people have had things to say about this wedding. Like, do they have to? I mean, do they have to do a white wedding? They've actually gotten married. They got married since 2020. So all of these weddings, well, you know, weddings are like once in a lifetime, and you really can't tell people how they should be getting married, or if and when they should be getting married. So having Davido get married, Davido doing his white wedding with Choma this weekend, we are going to have to enjoy lots on our social media. It's going to be everywhere, you know. Families have trooped into Miami at the moment. I remember that the PDP were questioning the whereabouts of Adeleke, Governor Adeleke, Adewale Adeleke in Osun State. And then reports also had it that he is currently in Miami as well for his nephew's white wedding. We also have Haley. We have Davido's children jetting off to Miami for the wedding as well. We have Davido's brother. We even have seen a video of Israel DMW. Yes, this is a video of Israel talking about the fact that the room in Miami he stayed is $1,000 for a night. And so this seems to be like, oh, a lot of money to be spent to be sleeping in Miami. However, he is going to be attending the wedding as well. All of the people who will be attending this wedding are making their way to Miami at the moment. It's safe to actually say congratulations to Davido and Chioma on their white wedding that's coming up this weekend. And I also like the fact that it's close friends and family, you know. Congratulations to them. And we are here to be pressed. Our next must be pressed this weekend. Our next must definitely will be pressed, and we are here for it. When you see money about to speak, I wonder what the souvenirs will be actually. I'm looking forward to that. The most interesting part of the wedding. The souvenirs. Alright, so our very next story. This one is a sad one. Tiana Taylor. Tiana Taylor has been arranged for an immediate surgery after there was a growth that was found on her vocal cord. She had made a statement and talked about how they discovered a non-cancerous growth on her vocal cord, and now she has to undergo a surgery and also take off some time to heal. So she has so many projects coming in. Our album was meant to be released, or our album is going to be released on the 22nd of August. Before this album, she had movies coming up. She had, events coming up that she was meant to be a part of. However, she has cancelled all of this, including her tour, because she will not be able to get engaged in all of this. It's a sad time for Tiana Taylor. As a matter of fact, I feel really, bad when people who are vocal artists like this have to deal with their vocal cord going through stress or going through any form of, disease or whatever, because it's like, that is what makes me money. That is what gives me the money that I have. Why should I be going through this? Very sad. But our prayers are definitely with Tiana Taylor. I am very certain that she's going to come out of this happy. She's going to come out of this better. And she has even promised us that when she comes out, oh my goodness, she's going to be a bomb. She's going to be selling and telling us a lot of things that we should be able to do, or able to, get involved with. Alright, that's that for that. And that's all the stories we can bring to you this afternoon on Entertainment Now. I've had so much fun. Yes, we'll be back next week for another beautiful edition, because this is the last for this week. Have an amazing weekend. Starting off tomorrow, Friday. Make sure that you eat well, spend good time with family, travel if you must, but above all, just leave, because life is too short to be dwelling on your sorrows. My name is Vera Philip. You can follow me on social media. On Facebook is Vera Philip. On Instagram, VeraPhilip_MGZ. Follow Spectrum Television on all our social media platforms. Until next time, bye for now.